Welcome back. The Carolina Hurricanes returned home last night for Game 3 of their series with the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Canes trailed the Pens 2-0 and had given up 10 goals in those 2 games. They only gave up 17 in 7 games against Boston. Canes, they'll get the early jump in this one. Patrick Eves centers to Matt Cullen, and Carolina is up 1-0. Later, Pens on the power play. Tim Gleason with a terrible giveaway to Evgeny Malkin, and he makes no mistake, beating Cam Ward in a flash. We're all tied up at 1 apiece. Under a minute to go in the first. Now Billy Guerin accepts the pass. He goes over the line, and then a beautiful feed to Sidney Crosby, who just taps it home. 2-1 Pens on Crosby's 14th of the playoffs. 31 seconds after that.
You can't go at the net. Malkin stepping in. He scores! Evgeny Malkin can't miss. They came in loud, and now they are stunned silent.
2 goals in the last minute. 3-1 Pens after 1. Stayed that way until the third. The Rustlers FC under-14 girls soccer team is off to a great start to their Sask Premier League season. The team won its first 2 games and didn't allow a goal in either of them. This afternoon, the Rustlers played their first game at home against the Regina ACFC Tigre. Rustlers get off to a good start early on. Kaylee Weber with a nice through ball to Kennedy Ulrich. She goes in all alone, outweights the keeper before popping it into the open net. 1-0 Rustlers FC. Game 1 of the NBA's Eastern Conference Final between the Orlando Magic and Cleveland Cavaliers provided a bit of a surprise. The Cavs lost their first game of the playoffs and lost for only the 3rd time at home in 46 games this season. Last night, Cleveland looked to bounce back and avoid falling into a 2-0 hole. And they sure look good early. Anderson Varejao to LeBron James. He goes in for the slam. Cavs led by 14 after 1. More from King James in the second. The nice spin move to beat J.J. Redick before he throws it down. Cleveland's lead was 12 at recess. Well, the year was 1992. Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You and Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit dominated the music charts, while Aladdin was king at the box office. It was also the year the Toronto Blue Jays won their first ever World Series in 6 games over the Atlanta Braves. Last night, the Jays and Braves renewed hostilities down in Georgia. Let's jump right to the 8th inning, still scoreless with a man on second and 2 out for Joe Inglet, who was just called up from AAA earlier in the day, but he's frozen by Kenshin Kawakami's breaking ball. Bottom of the inning, runner on third with 1 away. Casey Kochman flies one to left for the always exciting sacrifice fly. Matt Diaz counts 1-0 Braves. Top 9, last chance now for the Jays. Runner on third and 2 out. Vernon Wells will hit one to Martin Prado. He bobbles it just long enough to give Jays fans hope. Wells gets out at first. Braves shut out the Jays 1-0. And the Braves and Jays going at it again. Right now, it's 3-2 Atlanta. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. That'll do it for this edition of Newcap News. Thanks for joining us, and have a great evening.